Hello everybody, and thanks for watching. This is another AI hack from my AI hack series, and this one might save you hours every week. So what I want to talk about today is something called projects within ChatGPT. Maybe you've seen it before, maybe you haven't, but over here on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see something called projects. And basically what projects allow you to do is they allow you to save instructions once for a specific task, maybe something you do every day or every week. So you save those instructions once so that you don't have to do it every time. So you don't have to reprompt every time. So instead of writing the prompt over and over, if it's a repeatable task that you do a lot, you write the prompt one time and then you come back to it again the next time and it's already ready to go. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like. The example that I want to do today is something that I think pretty much everybody can relate to. It has to do with meal planning. If you're like me, I'm very busy and meal planning is a very time-consuming task that has to be done every week, but it can take up a lot of time and be a lot of mental work. So that's the example that I wanted to show today because I thought it would be very relatable for most people. So how to get started? First of all, you just have to go over here and click on projects. It's going to pop up with the create project dialog. Let's give it a title. So I'm going to call it meal planning. And if you don't want to do it for meal planning, as you watch, think of another use case that you do either every day or every week, something you do on a regular basis that you use ChatGPT for that you could save time on if you saved it as a project. So I'll give it a name and we'll just call it meal planning and then click create project. After that, there's one more step that you need to do, and that is adding the instructions. So once you have your project created, you'll notice over here that there is a little projects drop down and it will have all of your projects. You can create more than one. So if you have other tasks that you want to sort of automate or semi-automate, you can add more and they'll show up here under this projects tab. So I'll go into my project and then up here on the top right, there's these three dots and you click on project settings. And here is where you're going to add your instructions. All right. And I'm going to share the instructions that I've been tweaking and perfecting over the past few months to get me a really good meal plan. So I am going to copy and paste it into here, but first I'm going to pull up my prompt. And you can actually see that it's very detailed. It's pretty big. But with ChatGPT, with these LMs, the better the prompt, the better the output, the better instructions you can get, just like with the humans, right? The better instructions you can give it, the better it's going to perform, the more likely it's going to give you something that you want and that's helpful for you. And this prompt is actually in the comments, so you can feel free to take this prompt and tweak it so that it's more personalized towards you, but it should give you a pretty good starting point, or at least an example that you can use to create your own meal planning prompt. All right, so you give instructions, right? So I said you are a meal planning assistant for a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 children, ages 8 and 11. It's just a made-up scenario. Every time the user says go, so all I have to do is say go, and it's going to create this meal plan. And then I just tell it what to create: a 6-day dinner plan and a categorized grocery list formatted for easy online ordering. I don't know about you, but I do most of my grocery shopping online through pickup, either through Walmart or Kroger. And so as part of the meal plan, I also wanted to give me a list that I could just go through as I do my online shopping. However, it's also helpful if you're doing shopping in the store. And then I give it the requirements. So I say things like dinners must be healthy and balanced. And I won't go through every single one of these points because that would get boring, but I'll just glance over a few of them. I tell it to include proteins, vegetables, whole grains, limit overly processed foods and added sugars, kid-friendly but adult-approved. Let's see what else. Make sure the meals aren't boring. I found at first that it was giving me kind of boring meals, so I added this extra line because I don't want the meals to be boring. Like I said, I've been perfecting it over the past few months. Suggest adult add-ons to make it compatible for both adults and kids. I also wanted it to prioritize affordability. I don't want to create a meal plan that might be delicious, but it would be really expensive. I'm shopping on a budget here. Use cost-effective proteins. Variety. I want a variety. I don't want similar meals every day. And then down here, I give it more specific instructions about how to make sure there's a good variety each day. And then this line right here, make sure that it's a good variety from week to week, because I was finding that it was giving me basically the same meal plan each week, and I don't want that. I want to mix it up each week. So I give some instructions there. Dinner should be cookable 30 to 40 minutes, overlapping ingredients to reduce waste. You get the idea. I give instructions based on what I prioritize, based on what I need for me and for my family. You can take this prompt and personalize it to fit your style and your needs. And then I define the output. So I want it to be a printable PDF with detailed instructions. Given some more instructions around the output and around the fact that it needs to be a downloadable PDF. I'll stop going through it because I'm probably starting to get boring, but basically that's my prompt. And again, it's going to be available in the comments. So I copy it and I paste it into the instructions. All right, and then hit save. So now every time I need to make a meal plan, all I have to do, here, let's say I'm going to click out of it. All I have to do is click into meal planning. And since I prompted it to trigger when I just have to type go. And now it's going to start creating that meal plan. So here's a fresh 6-day dinner plan that keeps things interesting, budget friendly, and realistic for busy evenings. And there you go. There's my 6-day dinner plan. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. It gives me the grocery list. It gives me cooking instructions for each day. At first it wasn't really giving me this, so that is something I had to add over time. And then here's my downloadable PDF. I like to print this every week and just stick it to my refrigerator, so that I can have easy access to it. There you go. That's how you can use projects to quickly and easily plan meals. Thanks for watching. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for more AI hacks that can make your life easier. Thanks.